Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode 41 here. I'm Mike Lowe with SimSportsGaming.com, and we are continuing our franchise stream here at the Detroit Tigers. Currently sitting at 54 and 62, about 8 games below 500 as we approach kind of mid-May, or I'm sorry, mid-August. And yeah, we are going to be continuing a series here against the Rangers in their beautiful new ballpark. And just kind of giving you a lay of the land of where things are looking more recently. You can see the Tigers were 5-5 in our last 10 games. We're now 7.5 games back, so we've been kind of floating around 500. But the Minnesota Twins have gotten really hot and have actually passed the White Sox and Cleveland, and have now taken over first place. You can see they're 9-1 in their last 10 games. So even playing 5-5 baseball can put you behind that, obviously, as they've continued to play really well. It's unfortunate because you can see Cleveland and the White Sox have struggled as of recently. So we've actually picked up, we've closed the gap there a little bit. So if we looked at those two teams specifically, we're 5.5 and 4.5 games back, respectively, for those two teams. But again, the Twins have really gone on a run as of late. We do play the Twins next, or I guess 2 weeks from now. We'll be playing them. And again, I'm a day behind the real life schedule at this point. So I'm going to be playing the Friday game here. But you can see just starting with August here, it's been kind of win one, lose one, win one, lose one sort of thing. So we're 2-3 so far this month. This last game was crazy. It was just a 1-0 game. We made a lot of solid contact, but just were hitting it right at guys. Had perfect balls, that were just perfectly timed up and whatnot, hit into a gap, and their outfielders would just run them down. And it was just a really crazy game that we just couldn't get anything together. 6 walks. We had guys on base. They pitched out of a couple jams. And I believe our only run was an unearned run that we gave up. Michael Fulmer could not get out of the 5th inning, just had thrown a lot of pitches by that point with 4 walks. And I'm loving the new slider set, by the way, the most recent version 2.3, which is up in the vault. It's up on Operation Sports. But you can see there the only run, an unearned run that Michael Fulmer gave up. So that was our most recent game playing in Texas. We split the series with San Francisco. Had a nice comeback win here. We were winning 1-0 for a lot of this game, and then they went up 3-1, and then we scored 4 in the bottom of the 7th. They did hit a home run in the top of the 9th off of our closer, which we knew would be a bit of an issue. He's not great at keeping the ball in the ballpark, is Joe Jimenez, but he did come in and get the save at least. So that was our most recent win. But where it puts us again is definitely further back than where we want to be, which is 7.5 games back. But there's still well over a month and a half of baseball left. So it's tough. I think we're also 7.5 back, or 8.5 back in the wild card now. So it's tricky. But again, all you can do is just start by just trying to control your own destiny and win games, and let the rest kind of fall as it may. Because again, this has been a really tight division with these 3 teams, and if we can just get into that mix, you don't know how things are going to end up. I mean, if you just kind of get in that into a shooting range, I guess they can say, right? So yeah, hey, Ryan brings up a good point. Like it's nice to have games like that, and yeah, there's really good variety. Again, that's not from the slider set or anyone's slider set. It's just the game does a good job, and some of it's just again just statistical variance. I mean, things aren't always going to happen exactly the same each time, so that's definitely a good thing to see there. So as far as the team, there's really nothing new to report. I don't think we're going to see Spencer Turnbull going today, who is just weird. He's like pitched well, but then hasn't pitched well, right? His statistics don't seem to really kind of match up the feel I get for him in games. But again, Joe Jimenez has been pitching a lot better. He still has an ERA over 5, which is just a weird year. I mean, we have some just dominant stretches of pitching, and then we just have innings where we just get shelled. So um, as far as the lineup, pretty standard stuff. I don't think anything has changed there at all since we last talked. Yeah, nothing there. Um, yeah, I think we're about ready just to jump in the gameplay unless people had questions. Again, I'm going to try to play a couple games today. I don't know if I'll be streaming both, but the idea is just getting caught back up to the real life schedule there. Don't forget, if you are kind of approaching the trade deadline, if you're a little bit behind, make sure you're adjusting that trade frequency slider. But yeah, it's been good stuff so far. So today is going to be Kyle Gibson, former Minnesota Twin, versus Spencer Turnbull. and we are ready to jump into some gameplay. And again, actually, I know I had some people message and just asking about looking at like, league leaders and things like that. So if there are requests that you have, um, let me know. Ryan has a question about Suzuki. Yeah, he's hits against lefties. He's a really nice pinch hitter to bring in because he's got a really nice clutch rating and can hit lefties really well. So like I'll pinch hit him usually like Christian Stewart, and they bring in a lefty or something like that. It works out pretty well. So I actually really like having Suzuki on the team. I don't like him when he plays catcher. I have to be really, really careful pitching. But if we look through some of the league leaders here, you can see Victor Reyes ranked 12th. And so I always get excited when I see like it's not just littered with Tigers, right? At the same time, I don't have to scroll forever and ever to find a Tiger. So we have Victor Reyes there. And then just again, this is kind of eyeball testing stuff. But I mean, you scroll through, like, where's your second guy? Okay, Cameron Maben, 28. So we have two of the top 28 players. I mean, you could say that's even a little high, but overall, our team batting has been pretty bad. I mean, we've only had a few guys who are hitting well, and then the rest are very below average. So total hits, you can see Miguel Cabrera there at the bottom, 13th. At bats, Miguel Cabrera 7th. So again, he's not really playing above himself at all. This is something I like about this set. You don't see your team littered with doubles leaders like you sometimes can on default. So Miguel Cabrera with 23, tied for 15th. We get some other guys kind of in the mix there with Reyes, Jonathan Scope. Surprisingly, we don't have a ton of triples. Again, there's not a lot of speed, and even America Park provides for a lot of triples, but without having the game just doesn't quite, ball trajectory, things like that. I mean, they're a little bit too quick, truthfully. Outfielders get the balls a little too quick, a little too cleanly. So triples are at least in play games, can be down. That's just how it goes most of the time. So Jonathan Scope, home runs, 11th with 24. And this is, again, just American League, obviously. We have nobody in the mix for RBIs. I believe Cabrera leads the team. Yeah, at 34th. So again, you can see it. Our runs are few and far between, and we do kind of spread out the wealth, I guess you could say. And again, this is every single game played, every single pitch played up into yesterday, basically, August 7th. So let's see. Oops, runs. Might be Jose Reyes could be our team leader. Or Cabrera. Let's see. Boy, it's a ways. We don't have anybody in the top 50, huh? Did I just miss him? So again, we don't have, we just, consistent, I guess, in that there's not just one guy who's just dominating. Stolen bases have been a bit of a train wreck. Delano DeShields Jr. is hurt, and those were all pretty much with Cleveland. Base on balls, probably Cabrera, I would guess, is our leader. Yeah, so he's 33rd in walks. On base percentage, probably Cabrera, or Cameron Maben, 356, their team leader, 32nd. Slugging percentage, Jonathan Scope, 22nd. Cameron Maben, 28th. OPS, Cameron Maben, 26th. So again, you're seeing guys in the top 30, but you're not seeing anything that's just completely dominant or ridiculous. Spencer Turnbull is pitching today. Daniel Norris, both with 7 wins, tied for 27th. Losses, can't really draw too much out of looking at win-loss stuff with pitcher, but Michael Fulmer did lose his 14th game already yesterday. It's just crazy. He's 5-14. I mean, we're not that bad. He's just had some really bad luck this year. Saves, we have Joe Jimenez is 14th after, of course, we had Roytis Vizcaíno before that. So before moving him. So we've had a lot of saves, and again, I've talked about, right, kind of your advantage of being the human GM over the AI. It can give you a little bit of an advantage. So if you looked at your record in like 1-run games, I bet you it's probably quite favorable. Michael Fulmer, 37th, and I don't know why it jumps from 5.14 to 5.82. I don't know if they're just like, that's just based on innings pitched or something, because that seems like a weird. Yeah, that seems weird. Home runs allowed. Again, notice you don't have Tigers here at the top like a lot of times you would. And let's see, Michael Fulmer, home runs allowed, 24. That's our best. And it's got to obviously be on qualified innings pitched here. Shutouts, we don't really care about those. Strikeouts, not a huge strikeout team. We probably get more strikeouts from our relief pitchers. Michael Fulmer, 103 at this point, so 29th. Complete games. Innings pitched. So again, Lance Lynn was really good. This is who we faced in that 1-0 game. He was pretty good. Like very hittable though. I mean, he basically only threw 2 pitches, right? 3 different fastballs and a curveball. And I made really, really solid contact. And we had, of course, 9th inning even, with a guy on base down 1-0. Who else but Christian Stewart hits a bomb of a foul ball. Like it would have probably won the game. And so we just had a lot of that. We hit balls really, really well, but a lot of foul balls, a lot of balls that were just like line drives at the shortstop. Center fielders running balls down in the gaps. It was just one of those games. And again, I think his hit per 9 definitely helped him out, but he pitched really well. So looking at innings pitched, you got Jesse Hahn, who's a relief pitcher allegedly, but he's got the proper stamina at least. So I don't know how Kansas City's using him exactly. But at least you're seeing, again, and this is where those, like, we do those daily adjusting sliders, right? This is where this comes into play and really, really, really helps, right? You get your top tier pitchers like a Verlander, guys who can eat a lot of innings, Chris Sales and so on. These guys are going to still appear at the top, Corey Klubers, but you're not seeing, relief pitchers and things like this. So that's definitely good. Walks allowed. Again, this is one of the big changes I made with the slider set. Michael Fulmer, 51. Starting to see a lot more walks now. I'm walking guys just with one click of a slider. I'm walking guys out of frustration now, which is really nice. It happened a few times yesterday with him where I'd be like, I cannot walk this guy, and I would just really try to, like, I don't want to just throw it down the middle, but try to paint a corner a little bit, and it'd just be way out of the zone. It's like, damn, like I was honestly frustrated walking a few players or a few batters yesterday. So yeah, anyway, I mean, pitcher WAR, just curious who the highest Tiger is. Probably Daniel Norris. Yeah, 1.6 with Norris. Batter WAR, it's probably Maben or Cabrera. Probably Maben. Oh, it's Jonathan Scope, 3.1. Some of that's probably his fielding. Carantini, who did a lot of that with the Cubs, obviously. So yeah. So again, that's kind of just looking around. I do see some stuff in the chat here. Let me take a look. Black Panther says, leading up to the series with the Twins, which is 2 weeks from now, perhaps you will have closed the gap and the Twins will go on a skid. Then if you sweep that series with them, it's a whole new ballgame. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing and just trying to take it day by day. It's such a sport cliche, but there is a lot of truth to it. So let's assume they're not going to keep going at a 90% win rate, right? And if we can try to just make up some games. I mean, Pittsburgh's not a very good team. Texas is not very good. They're ahead of us in the wild card, but I mean, we have a couple series with them. Baltimore's terrible. So we have a stretch here of bad teams, really, leading up to them. And then we're going to get some pretty tough teams in Boston, Houston. Toronto's not very good. So isn't this crazy? I just clicked over to the last month. Like, that's how close we are to getting this wrapped up. We play Minnesota 3 more times. So really, it's to our advantage that if they stay in first place. So there's definitely plenty of opportunities. But again, it's such a cliche, but it just starts with today, like just picking up a win. Black Panther continues and says, but I guess you have to focus on the Rangers. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just saying. So Ryan says, still the saves are impressive. I've blown maybe 4, so at least 9th inning blown. Yeah, and knock on wood, I'm not superstitious at all, but I don't think we've blown a save. We were 25 of 25 with Vizcaíno. And even though Joe Jimenez hasn't been great, I don't think he has not blown a save, so he's 13-0. So again, all the comeback code stuff people talk about, it's nonsense. It's many, many other variables. Again, clutch, and that's something I absolutely say you need to make sure your closer has, and even setup guys, they need to have some kind of clutch rating. and even more important than the home run one. I mean, obviously it's a little scary bringing him in a one-run game, but just kind of keep guys off base can obviously help. That's the reasons from day one that although his clutch has gone down, I've had Buck Farmer in there. Again, the home runs per nine is a pretty good rating, which is why I like franchise mode, where a 63 is actually a pretty good rating for home runs per nine. Again, he's done a nice job, and it's kind of cool to see the Tigers this year using Buck Farmer in real life in a setup role. He did some of that last year, obviously, but he's yeah, it's just been kind of cool. I'm like, oh, it's been neat to watch the excuse me, the real life Tigers, who by the way won 17-13 yesterday. It was the most frustrating Tiger win I've ever watched. But it's been cool to kind of watch them do some different things. I mean, probably the most just to kind of go on a bit of a tangent, probably the most surprising Tiger has been Gregory Soto, who in this franchise is just hot garbage. But this dude's throwing over 100 right now for the Tigers as a lefty. For a while there, he'd only given up like one hit or something. He's just been lights out. So if you're a Diamond Dynasty guy looking to maybe purchase a Tiger Lowe, I would definitely be buying on Gregory Soto. He's been really, really nice. And yeah, it's been fun to see like Jonathan Scope had a big hit yesterday. Nico Goodrum's played well. Uh, uh, CJ Crone, who we traded, but he's been playing well. Cabrera's slow start, but has had some big hits. Um, yeah, Tigers still don't really utilize Victor Reyes properly, in my opinion. But anyway, let's jump into some gameplay. Important games here. But I'm loving the slider set 2.3. Globe Life Field, very, very fun stadium to play in so far. Nice looking stadium. Yeah, Ryan, my team is not dying of COVID right now, so it has been nice. But it was kind of weird this week. I mean, I guess I got a lot more work done. Um, I'd finish. I kind of finish up work like the second baseball starts. It's kind of perfect. Um, but it was weird because I got a lot of other stuff done around the house. I was doing a lot of yard work this week. So I'm like, oh, the Tigers aren't playing, so I just did some stuff like that. But yeah, pretty cool. So this is a Friday game. Sundays I usually give guys day off, so we're gonna try to push Victor Reyes through this here. Oh, let's see if there's anyone else we want to get in. We had all of our subs played yesterday, so I think we're just gonna kind of roll with everything here. Thursdays and Sundays are the days I try to get the subs in. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good look here. I'm gonna switch these guys today. It'll work. We are ready. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Again, the sliders themselves, version 2.3, Operation Sports Forum. That's what we're using. Legend difficulty with quite a few tweaks to the sliders. I rarely ever show these, but since I'm going in here anyway to switch a couple of them for the start of a game, just kind of gives you a look here of how we've. And I say we've because it really is. It's a communal effort here. But game plays really well out of the box. But again, it's just each year it's geared a little bit more and more towards Diamond Dynasty players, which I understand. That's what a lot of people are playing. But luckily, this game is very, very responsive sliders, and it still lets you. Oops, it still lets you really do an excellent job of tweaking the game to get some realistic gameplay. I mean, there's a few things, like I said, I've tweeted before. I really hope they give us a like an AI discipline slider, even a human discipline slider. Maybe it helps you check swings more or something like that. Which it's tied to contact, but I would like to see them separate contact and discipline, because in order to get proper swings and misses for the AI, you're kind of dumbing down their intelligence of strike zone. And so that's one of the leading culprits to not getting enough walks in this game. Some of it's just out of the box. I mean, again, it's geared towards Diamond Dynasty. If you don't want to walk someone in Diamond Dynasty, you never will. You want to just throw strikes the entire game, you can very, very, very easily. So especially if you're using something like Pulse. So, but anyway, those are the sliders. All the details of what else is being used, like camera views and all that stuff, that's all up on Operation Sports Thread. Of course, I can't include that in the Vault version, but it's there nonetheless. So Kyle Gibson, 3.9, 3.91 ERA and 21 starts, 106 innings, 99 strikeouts, 53 walks. So a little wild. And Tigers need some wins, but again, just start with every pitch, start with every at-bat. So we have a pretty good fielding pitcher, not great reaction. Looks like they have a backup third baseman in today, so that's something to keep an eye on, especially if guys on base when that third baseman backs up. I can try to take advantage of that bunt quirk, but for now, I'm actually going to take a pitch here. Of course, take the best pitch of the entire game. So I like to just look at the repertoire. So he's a sinker baller. He's not going to throw super hard. 14 fastball and 94, but it's just third pitch, so we may not see that a ton. We just saw it there though. And 3 breaking pitches. So again, it's gonna be a game of just trying to be patient, especially if men on base, trying not to get fooled by that sinker. That third baseman, and that was a pitch I was just trying to hit over his head. But fouled it off. I like Victor Reyes. I'm not sure. He hit over 300 for the Tigers in real life last year, and they have him batting like 7th and 8th all the time. Out in front. Good speed, but can't leg it out. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. Trying to get people transferred over from the old YouTube channel still. But I appreciate everyone stopping in to say hi. Watch some Tiger baseball. I promised I was going to stream this weekend, so I figured I'd get that promise taken care of here early. It's been busy. It's the first time all year we've played Texas. Second game of the series, a series that started on a Thursday. So again, this is the Friday game. Just one day behind real life here. Ball hit him there. Again, you won't see that on default sliders. You're not going to see a ton of hit by pitches. But I'm super grateful. I mean, I criticize, I constructively at least try to criticize the game a little bit because I do want it to keep getting better. But I'm grateful every year that this game continues to give us the ability to adjust some things. I have a whole litany of things, I should say, I would still like to see the game improve upon. There's an article up on simsportsgaming.com that I wrote, just kind of covering some of those different things. But it's definitely a really solid game. I'd say it's still kind of a tick below great, but got the potential for it. Definitely has the potential.
That's a ball. Count 1-0.
Swings it down. It's kind of a sloppy swing there. I was worried about that at bat, especially the type of speed we had on the base path and in the batter's box was just not swinging above that sinker. Kamer maybe in a career year. Nope, a little too far under. A little too far under the sinker there.
That is it. The second baseman, Jonathan Stewart.
If you look at Jonathan Scope's career stats, I mean, they're really, really in line here. Kind of cool. Oh, goodness, just late on that. Bit of a weird glare in center field. Now, this year being the first year this stadium's in the game, I'm hoping that gets past. It's a little bit, the way the shadows go, it's hard to see the ball here.
1-1.
Come on. Gotta hustle. Yeah, look at that 12 speed scoring from second. So again, knowing the situation right before you take a swing, it applies to offense too, right? You talk about a lot on defense about like, hey, before the pitch is thrown, what are you going to do if the ball hits you? Same thing here. I knew that guy's not fast. I'm not sending that guy unless there's 2 outs. So I'm not sending him unless there's 2 outs. And with 12 speed, I was really, really, really watching the guy field the ball. Obviously, if he bobbled it, he'd be safe. He came up and he kind of had like a little bit of a hitch. And so at the last second, I did not send him back to third. I was just like, okay, unless this throw's perfect, he should make it. And most of the time, throws aren't going to be perfect. But yeah, anyway, luckily we were able to get in there at 12 speed. Cabrera is now the guy in second. I don't think on that play he would have scored. He probably would have been tagged out. But it's not going to matter here because Christian Stewart's going to hit a home run. If you've been watching this stream series, I mean, you know that's true. This guy has just been a monster. Even though he's only hitting 197, he's had the most clutch hits for the Tigers. So maybe he won't do it yet. Maybe it's too early in the game. Oh, see, there we go. That's what was happening in yesterday's game. Absolutely stroked it right at the guy, or at least he's able to run it down. It almost got over his head. Christian Stewart. Spencer Turnbull here. Look at that whip. 1.64. 21 starts. He's 7-11. 5.21 ERA. 76 strikeouts in 102 innings. 45 walks. So again, he's been a little bit strikeout to walk ratio also not impressive. Both starters here, not really a great ratio. Checking with the chat here. Again, I try to check the chat more during the when I'm pitching. Yeah, the Marlins 7-1 in real life. All right, so Spencer Turnbull.
Oh, that pitch is out.
Oh, why does it do that animation? It's like exactly what I was trying to prevent. Just get behind the ball and keep it to a single. It does this weird reach for the ball. It's super weird. You can see I'm running backwards. Like, I don't want him. That's exactly what I don't want him doing. It would have held him to a single. Gotta be sure to keep an eye on your base runners here. They will try to steal third, especially with the slider where it's at. I think it's at 7. Let's hold that runner.
Batting third, the left fielder.
Intentionally take a bit of a delay on that throw with a slow base runner because, again, if you play Diamond Dynasty at all, you know some guys just aren't thinking, and they'll send that guy and can easily get the guy in second, if not a double play.
Ball, that's inside. Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2. No, that's low.
Ooh, I did not think he'd be swinging there.
We got a full count. Full forward.
There's one of those frustrating walks. I was trying to kind of bring that back door on him, but missed it, so not the worst walk. Good breaking ball hitter.
That's the ball. Count 1-0.
We're going to start throwing a lot of fastballs now. I'll take that. Should advance the runner, but they don't advance the runner.
Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Shin-Soo Choo.
So he is just about everything. He's also a homebody, so could be a tough out here.
I got a ball, 1 strike. Ball, that's
Ooh,
down.
come on. Jeez, Joe Adele made me nervous there. He was like jogging on that ball. Spencer Turnbull's got I believe he has the grounded quirk, so that could have come into play there. It kept that ball in the park. We'll take it. 1 run, a walk. Gets out of some trouble.
Leading off for Detroit, the center fielder, Joe Adele.
Inside, ball 1.
Batting in, the third baseman, Harold Castro.
He's out.
2 very quick outs.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, Nico Goodrum.
Ball 1. 2-0. Ball. Hey. The count is 3-1. Ball 4, pitch is down.
It's a 2-out walk. See if the Tigers can try to bring this run around. This could be a decent time to bunt, but again, with 2 outs, I'd rather try to hit a double. Just drive that run in, so. Take a look and see who their catcher is today. It was this guy yesterday. I don't know. Let's look at the box scores. He hasn't batted yet. It is Torino, so he's a pretty good defensive catcher. Oh, he's actually not. He's a good blocker. So he's the guy we could try to run on.
The count is 1-2. Runner!
Well, out by a mile, of course. Even though he's technically safe. Looks like his hand actually got in there. It looks safe to me, but... Oh, good grief. Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of busted in this year's game is just, jumps. I mean, just the player jumps are just very strange. You never see major leaguers with that consistently bad of jumps. You also don't see major league players who have 0 steal ability or 16 steal ability or whatever they're having. Very strange. Like, I get it. You shouldn't just be stealing bases left and right with those guys, but that's been one of the things I just been sort of... I haven't been able to fix it at all with the sliders.
Oh, he's out.
Batting set. The second baseman. Rubin. Oh, goal.
Catchers are, and again, it's just, we're talking about geared towards Diamond Dynasty, right? People are taking advantage of stealing bases, so catchers are even average catchers are gods at throwing guys out.
0-1. Ball, that's just out. Ball, that's out.
Batting eighth. The catcher. Robinson. Chirino.
Hanging slider. Nice catch. Yeah, Ryan, that could be something. Ryan's saying he's seeing more steal attempts with kind of the fictional universe he's using, where you have players stealing in later counts than you normally see, and so it definitely could be tied to the player ratings. You know, just kind of the risk reward that the AI is examining. Petrino's big home run. He didn't play yesterday. I forgot to check his quirks. But nobody on base. That's a nice pitch. It's probably the best pitch of the day so far.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ball 3.
Saw a question in the chat. Any free agent targets? We talked about that on the last stream. But I mean, I don't know. We're gonna have a lot of money. Just need to see what progression looks like. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely targets, but I mean, it's a pretty deep free agent class. What's nice is like there's not like a top. You don't have like a Bryce Harper or anything like that, but you have a lot of depth guys, and by depth I mean down the lineup, like guys that you could plug in like anywhere. We're gonna need definitely like a middle of the order bat, whether that's bringing Jonathan Scope back or adding someone into that mix, but you know, maybe getting a person at the top of the rotation who can kind of anchor, let the young pitchers develop a little easier. But I don't know. Yeah, that's I mean those are just a couple things. Maybe a bullpen arm, something like that. Pretty standard stuff. That's borderline.
One ball, 1 strike.
Not sure how I'm fouling those off. Just a little late, which I'm trying to do on that pitch, but ooh, yeah, that's good. He's gotten that pitch twice on that at bat. It's a good pitch. But hey, it could be worse. Texas is 2 games below 500, and they're 16 games out. So luckily, the American League Central has been pretty bad. So if you're looking at this slider set, saying, "Wait a second, you have the Tigers 7.5 games back," it's more than just what I'm doing. The American League Central is not very good, at least in this franchise.
Off the plate, ball 1. Ball, that's out.
Ball didn't sink, but I thought it would.
Now batting, the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera.
I do think the first overall pick in the draft, Charles Darwin. Just kidding. I forget his first name now, but that's what we kept calling him. Something Darwin. We were going to. I do think he'll probably make the team at some point, at least, if not right away.
Ball, that's low.
Charles Dawson. That's his name. I always like to call him Charles Darwin. Top of the order for Texas. There's Heidi Watney telling you to check out the Sim Sports Gaming Discord. If you haven't jumped in there recently or ever, take a look. Talking about different leagues we have hosted there. As you look there at the Texas Rangers rankings, not very good. Pretty similar to us. But yeah, the Sim Sports Gaming Discord, talking about different leagues we host there, also just general sports and whatnot, life, whatever. Had a lot of people applying to the Out of the Park Baseball League. Ryan's a member. That's a league that's been running since 2015 in real time. So we are at August 8th, or 9th, or whatever the hell today is. And we've been doing that daily sim since the 2015 season, so a lot of fun. A little brush back here.
Oh, that's it.
He's going to hit this pitch.
Ball two.
Not if I throw it as a ball.
No strike.
Kind of a weird route. I wanted to make sure I got behind it, and then I realized, like, I got a shot to catch this. We'll take it. I don't think the AI would have made that play, though, so there's one of the I guess rare benefits, other than it being fun, of playing manual fielding. Well, Turnbull gave up a home run last inning with 2 outs, so let's see if he can get out of this inning a little cleaner.
Outside, that's a ball.
Nope. Holy cow. That ball was demolished. Good grief. Oh boy. Thanks for Turnbull. He's got the grounded quirk too. What's going on today? Wasn't even a bad pitch. This is epic music Texas plays for a team 16 games out of the division lead. Yeah, not stealing at 3-2 counts. I'm just checking the chat. I mean, again, that's just more evidence of the just the game being more focused on Diamond Dynasty. You don't need to worry about that. It's user versus user, and I get that, but like that's a really, really, really easy thing to patch too. Get that scope. Ah.
The designated hitter.
Let's go talk to Spencer Turnbull. Let's try to settle him down a little bit. Okay, don't need to spin, but alright. That ball was, like, I don't know if I've ever seen a ball hit that high for a home run in this game. Did anyone see the distance? I wasn't really paying attention. I was checking the chat. But, like, that was demolished.
Leading off for the Tigers, the left fielder.
That was an impressive home run.
Ball one, no strike. Ball. 2 balls, no strike. He's out.
425 or 415. Yeah, that's a bomb. There's a look at the Rangers minor league teams there. The Nashville Sound. I don't know where the Rough Riders play. Texas somewhere, probably. A pretty big state. There's not a hit. Nice play. Another couple of quick outs. Kyle Gibson pretty efficient today.
Number 14.
It is a tough play. The animation makes that look a lot easier than it is. It's a very tough play. Christian Stewart's like, okay, we're losing. I guess I can start trying now. Excited to kind of get a reset with Christian Stewart next season. Assuming he's on the team, you never know, but definitely plays a quicker outfield than his ratings lead you to believe. But ideally, probably better served as a DH, which is what he's been with us right now. But
I got the count. 2-2. Three and two.
too early. I was on it. Just too early. Come on, Tigers.
Leading off for the Rangers, the third baseman, Isaiah Tiger Floresa.
0-1. Counts 1-0. Ball. Three on the count. Aye. Ball.
Ooh,
Victory.
good pitch, but another walk for Spencer Turnbull. He has 3 already.
Second baseman, Ruben Odor.
Aye. Ball. That's inside.
Keep him hitting and running here.
One ball, two strikes. Ball, that's off the plate. Out. Out.
That's the 3 double play. Again, knowing your base runner should be, that ball wasn't hit super hard, but
Now
was able to get to it and make an off-balance throw. Kind of lucky there. He's not a great third baseman, but really a perfect throw. No, Trino's went yard, 1 pitch. He's a first pitch hitter. If I had checked his quirks, maybe I would have been a little more careful, but I forgot. But again, don't be afraid to throw in first pitch strikes. Doesn't mean a whole lot.
Inside ball.
Variety is still what matters. Keeping them off balance, not being predictable. Those are the things that will matter the most. Just like real life. Some pitching.
He's out.
Good old Texas. I lived in Texas for about a little while there. Austin. Wife had a job out there. Still has the same job, but started doing the whole remote thing a while back. Good times. Damn hot in the summer though. Good grief. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. Good food. We've talked about Austin on the stream before. City's a good mix of people, you know. I think it's a microcosm of what our society needs more of. Just people with maybe, you know, different beliefs here and there, but everybody getting along and just being nice to each other. Yeah, it's very cool. Very cool city.
2-0.
Oh, Joe Bell. Had a lot of those yesterday. Foul ball home runs.
Three balls, one strike.
The scoreboard's got a lot of wasted space on it.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, dang it. I tried to check that. That was an easy walk. Just gave up.
Now batter, third baseman, Harold.
I barely swung at that. But, again, that comes down to player's discipline rating, and that's a super late swing. Wouldn't you know it?
Up next to the Tigers, the shortstop, Gibson.
So look at that swing, right? That's a pretty darn good swing. And you can see the result. It was a single, but it wasn't blasted into the gap or anything like that. I mean, that was just a clean single the other way. Nice pitch. Outfield shifted just a little.
Ball 1. 1-1.
Pretty standard in this game, though. Yeah, I guess they're straight up. Boy, that was a good swing. That's just been the story of our series here in Texas. It's balls like that. This is again 6 contact, right? But it's good. Like it was discussed at the top of the stream. In these games, they happen. Tried to check that one.
Nope. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
And same thing there, right? That was a perfect one. That was almost the exact same hit that Castro had, but with perfect contact. Just hit a little harder, but still not a double, not a triple.
Yep, that ball went out.
I was asked on, I think it was Twitter this week, just, I mean, how many perfects do I see in a game? And I don't track it, but I mean, I would guess it's probably like on an average of like one per game. There's definitely games I have none. There's definitely games I'll have 2 or 3.
Nope, outside.
And I'd say that's probably about the same for pitching too. You can hear that crack of the bat. You know when the AI's gotten pretty good contact. Just late. Just late. Bad throw. That's what you gotta hope to bank on, especially with 2 outs.
Now batting, the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera.
So they score their 2 runs the same way, 2 home runs. We score our 2 runs the same way. It's kind of a bloop hit with 2 outs.
That's a ball.
Dang. Oh, so close to hooking into the corner. Who's that guy? You know, close. My dog is having dreams next to me.
The right fielder, Nick Stewart.
Nope, ball 1. Ball, that's out.
Good speed. Barehanded play. Nice play.
Now batting, the shortstop, Elvis Andrew.
Third time through the order here. Statistically, usually a tougher time for pitchers as batters start to adjust, get a little more settled in, and of course the pitcher gets more tired. People forget about that part too. So definitely a time certainly, you know, for all the real life MLB managers who are watching this stream. I'm sure they're already aware, but just want to keep an eye on those guys that third time through.
One 0. Ball inside.
Ooh, went the wrong way.
Got it.
Alright, Spencer Turnbull. Might be it for him. Doesn't have great stamina. 5 decent innings. We can see about the 6 here.
Leading off for the Tigers, the left fielder, number 4, Cameron. Maybe.
Alex Wilson's done a pretty good job against lefties. Nick Ramirez needs a day off. Lucas Sims done a really good job, but a couple of those bats are power bats. But if we get the chew, maybe. Look at those guys up. Damn, I thought that was a sinker.
Ball in.
Can't stay back on that slider today. Chase that one.
He's out.
Not great at bats today. Not terrible, but just had a couple of bats that are uncharacteristic. Another swing I tried to check there. Let's see a fastball up and in here. Another slider. 3 in a row.
Now batting, number 14.
So yeah, with the slider slide on Legend, you're going to get realistic swing and miss percentages, so it's a good example of one.
Aye. 0-1. Inside, ball 1.
It's tough with a sinker guy. Well, also throws a slider. If they have opposite motion. Both have late break.
Ball, that's in.
Right into the shift there.
Out.
Well, what do we do here? Let's go on the green. I'll let him go.
The left fielder, Willie Calhoun.
Jeez.
Now batting, the center fielder, Danny Santana.
Aye. One and one.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Kim Chu. Your attention, please. Now pitching for
We're going to go to Alex Wilson here.
number 31, Alex Wilson.
Been pretty good. Could use Nick Ramirez for 1 out or something like that. Oof. Boy, oh boy. Got away with that. That was right down the middle. Whew. Well, this would be an interesting at bat. Odor has got much more power against righties, but terrible contact. It's kind of a pitch around situation a little bit. See if we can just get him to get himself out. There we go. I love about the slider set, legend difficulty, and like legitimate tense moments.
Leading off for the
Always make sure you're ready to go for the next inning.
Joe Adele.
Ball one, no strike.
All these games, they kind of feel like playoff games almost at this point in the season.
Ball two. The count is full, 3-2.
That was close. Another could have had 2 walks today. First strikeout, that would have been a walk, was just a bad swing. That one wasn't a bad swing, it was a ball, but it was close.
The count 1-1. Two, the count. Full count, 3-2.
Right at him.
Now batting, the shortstop, Nico Goodrum.
9-hole hitter is actually our third leading hitter of home runs on the team. He's got third most home runs. Yeah, just missed that one.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the traditional 7th inning stretch.
So bottom of the 7th, still tied 2-2. Could even leave Alex Wilson in here. He's only thrown 6 pitches, if you will. And we will get good.
One ball, 2 strikes.
So Alex Wilson has faced 2 batters, 2 strikeouts so far. He's no Tyler Alexander, who in real life struck out 9 in a row last week for the Tigers, setting a Major League record, or at least tying it. I forget if he broke it or not.
The batter, number 1, shortstop, Elvis Andrew.
Quick inning, Alex Wilson. That is the strangest route I've ever seen an outfielder make to a ball. But he caught it. Top of the order for the Tigers, going into the 8th inning, 2-2 tie. It's a good game. So they finally go to the bullpen, which means we finally go back to the sliders. Make our adjustments. Yeah, details of that up on Operation Sports on their MLB The Show slider form. Cody Allen. Fastball, sinker, and a knuckle curve. Pretty much 2 speeds you're looking for here. Look at his ratings here. He can be wild. Unless I get a fastball right down the middle, I'm going to try and take this pitch. Okay. Well, it's right down the middle.
Now batting, catcher, Victor Caratini.
A pretty good outing for Kyle Gibson. He hasn't pitched extremely well. But he pitched pretty well today.
Counts 1-0.
Could be a pinch run situation here.
Up next for the Tigers, the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera. Your attention, please. Now running at first for the Tigers, number 50, Travis Demaris.
Yeah. Carved him up that at bat.
The left fielder, number 4, Cameron Mayberry.
No, sir.
Here you go. He's in there.
That's unfortunate. It did not get to the corner. Very well would have
Second baseman, Jonathan.
scored a run. You can look at that replay though. Because I thought it was actually pretty realistic. Kind of, we talk about dirty baseball a lot. Kind of one of my big wishes for this game is a little bit more dirty baseball, especially with that ball getting down by the we want to call him the ball boy or whatever, foul ball retriever dude. That ball fair. He doesn't move, which is, I mean, he's definitely not going to be called back. Also, the ball went through his leg somehow, so he's like part of the Philadelphia experiment or something. So let's see here. So I'm just trying to, again, I'm not worried about the ball boy here. Just looking at the physics of this. So ball hits a sanction and honestly kind of properly dies. Like it didn't kick back out to the outfielder. This actually isn't looking too bad. You could argue maybe the ball would have more side spin and maybe it kind of stays back down this way. Either way, it wouldn't have scored a run. Clean pickup, which is not unrealistic. So, you know, at this point here, as he's making the throw, I mean, yeah, there's no way we were scoring on that. So again, the ball would have to have gone all the way into the corner, obviously, to score from first, even with a pretty good pinch runner. And, you know, so again, I guess the argument, you know, would it have, should it still had, you know, forward momentum? It's tough to say, because if that gets into the corner, he's going to score. He will definitely score. So they're going to walk. Scope. Because they want to pitch to Christian Stewart. They must not watch my streams.
Number 14.
You're going to leave the righty in? Okay. This is Christian Stewart territory right here. Late, bases loaded, tie game, 2 outs. I didn't assume that. Got that quirk too. I thought that ball was going to break out. Why? No. No, 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 no. So close, Christian Stewart. Hey, Roger, welcome.
Your incomplete. This change defensively for the Tigers. Now
Gotta make a couple subs here. So,
Travis Damaris.
so next inning would be Joe Adele leading off. If I take him out, it would be Kurt Suzuki. Which I don't want to do. If we just put Kurt Suzuki in here. Demerit can play the infield too, though. But we're just going to put Suzuki.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
I like that he wears all bright orange. Catching, it always reminds me, don't throw balls in the dirt. It's like an orange cone. Man, I thought he had it. I thought Christian Stewart hit a grand slam. That ball just died. Oh man, so close. Check quirks here, 2-2 game.
2-1's the count.
Still 3 strikes.
The left fielder, number 5, Willie Calhoun.
There goes the immaculate inning. Damn. Ooh, close.
Now batting, the center fielder.
I thought that girl had a Red Wings shirt on. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. That'd be a cool little touch, right? If they had like the right city, but like the other sport. I mean, obviously there's licensing issues and things like that, but that'd just be cool. Or just said like Detroit hockey or something like that.
That's the ball.
I mean, that would pump me up.
2 balls, no strikes.
There you go. Don't take a weird route.
He's out.
Come around the ball and get in front of it. Set you up for a nice, easy throw. I'm telling you, man, these sliders are solid. You guys have done a really nice job of some good suggestions this year, and just chiming in on the thread on Operation Sports on Twitter, here, of course. They're good.
Leading off for the Tigers, the center fielder, Joe Adele.
I don't know what I'm gonna do next inning. Hopefully get a lead. Makes life a lot easier. So Luis Garcia. Let's see what we got here. Slider's his primary pitch, but then he's got some real nasty fastballs to go with it. And a splitter. He can be tough. Ratings are average, above average. Pitches well at home. That's a tough pitch with a guy who throws a primary slider. You want to think that ball is going to break out of the zone. Comes back over the plate though. That's the slider, so let's try and wait for. Swung early, of course. Whew, good piece of hitting, Joe Adele. Finally. I think he's had that. With 2 strikes, they've thrown him that pitch 3 times, right? Chased the one, had a long fly ball to right field, and he finally gets on top of that one. Good two-strike hitting, as they say. Gonna be looking to bunt here. I think Nico Goodwin's up. I'm gonna take him out. I don't think he's a good bunter though. I don't know if we have any good bunters. Willie Castro's pretty good. How about Michael Fulmer could come in. 64. 60. Oh, can't bring him in. Lucas Sims, but I don't want to bring him at relief pitcher. So I could bring in Michael Fulmer here to bunt. But probably safer, not to mention we're going to have to put in what's-his-face anyway as the shortstop. So we're going to put Willie Castro in here and hope we can play defense. I always read these. Yes, that is what I want to do.
Your attention, please.
You're going to bunt. They're not playing the bunt.
Number 49, Willie Castro.
Ball inside.
Should be bunt strikes. Of course, here, bunting to third base, right? That's what we want to be doing here. Pull that third baseman in. Try to pull that back. Perfect bunt. Perfect bunt. Exactly what you want. And again, the reason you do that, right, if you bunt at the first base, if you bunt it hard, there's a play at third base. The first baseman can come in, and this is one of the reasons why people, you know, they'll neglect having a good arm at first base. And it's rare, but that's a time when it can be really, really helpful to have a good arm at first base. Another good bunter here. I'm not thinking squeeze here, but if there's a situation, maybe. Got a bad fielding pitcher, too. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. Come on. No, Suzuki's got good clutch rating. You can't take him out. Ooh, they're going to walk him. Good pitch to Cabrera. Probably our most clutch hitter as far as rating. Okay. I'll take that.
Up next for the Tigers, the first baseman, Miguel Cabrera.
Thanks, AI.
The bat, the left fielder, Cameron Mayday.
Hell yeah, that's a big hit. That solved my bullpen issue, because I didn't know what the hell I was going to do.
Now pitching for the Rangers. Number
And it's always nice to give Joe Jimenez a 2-run lead, because he's kind of good for giving up a home run. Oops, didn't mean to do that. There's another. Let's score 2 more. Or 3 more. That was right down the middle. I was trying to actually call timeout. Okay, now we don't even need Joe Jimenez. So, that's the way you do it, Tigers. 9th inning. 19th home run for Cameron Maben. It's all 2 outs, too. That was the second perfect swing, I think, today. Or was it the third one? Definitely the first one that was a home run. That's our first home run in this ballpark ever. Oh, for the 9th then, we got a 5-run lead. I just let Lucas Sims pitch. He's been warming up 65 different times today. Keep him ready. See if we can get Lucas Sims up and ready. If not, we'll just bring in Joe. All right.
No, that's down.
I mean, I watched the real life Tiger game last night. Nothing's over until it's over. 17-13. Making dinner with my wife when it was like 12-10 with 2 outs and there's a guy on base, and I remember thinking, I'm like, I think it's a home run here. Like, this is gonna be ridiculous. Like, this game won't end. And sure enough, I see a ball just launched off Joe Jimenez. I'm like, oh my god, it's 12-12. Completely ridiculous. Ooh, good pitch. Watch this ball. That one gets to the corner. It's pretty good. And again, that's when I actually liked it. I know people bitch about the suction. I actually like the wall suction because maybe it's not the prettiest looking, but overall, it gives you the realistic output. So instead of the ball maybe like rolling realistically, which is weird because it did like 2 years ago when they first introduced that, it was really, really realistic. And this year it's kind of taken a step back. Because they play the ball so cleanly, I'll take wall suction and I'll just pretend it's him maybe bobbling a ball or having trouble picking up a spinning ball or whatever. So I'm probably the only person on earth who actually likes the wall suction.
1-0.
Well, different game since the last time Christian Stewart was up. Almost hit a grand slam. Flew out at the wall in the 8th. I think it was the 8th. Oh, what am I swinging at?
1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. The count. I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Still 2 more games of this Texas series. Well, the Saturday and Sunday game. Ooh. Nice pitch. Hey, we'll take it. 5-run 9th inning for the Tigers. 3 of them right here. First pitch from whoever that scrub reliever was. Don't have to pull everything. It's one of the best secrets of being especially a good power hitter, honestly. You don't have to pull everything. Best place to hit's to the opposite field gap. Oh, let's see if Daniel Pinero can kind of play anywhere, but not a very good defender, so I think we're actually okay. Maybe I could put him in at first for Miggy just to get him off his feet, but Cabrera's a decent first baseman. But I might do that. No, that's not. Just let it be. Yeah. So Sims is ready. We got Joe Jimenez standing by just in case.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
Lucas Sims, the 20th game already. Jeez, hard to believe. Got him in the Matthew Boyd trade we made at the Reds. One of the weird things about the new bullpen rules is that it makes these situations a little weird, especially like in a 4-run lead where maybe you don't want to bring in the closer yet. But let's just say that guy you bring in gives up a leadoff home run, and now it's a 3-run lead, but he's got to pitch to 2 more guys. So really, again, we were tied last inning, so we couldn't have done this. But if you have like a 4-run lead, really the best thing you should do is bring in that relief pitcher with 2 outs in the 8th. So then if he does get himself into trouble in the 9th, you can go to the closer. But again, that assumes you have the 4-run lead already, which we did not. But Lucas Sims should be in the mix next year. I like him. I like that trade. I like the shortstop. Jose Garcia is the shortstop we got from the Reds. Good defender. Just 21. Get a strikeout here, Lucas Sims.
Nope, outside.
Two outs. 5-run lead, looking good. Especially after losing 1-0 in the first game. So again, same exact slider set, right? 1-0, 7-2. So if anything, I guess our pitching has been pretty good here in Texas so far. Texas is looking to make their dinner reservation at this point. Just want to get the hell out of here.
I got the count 1 and 2. That's Bolton.
Good job, Lucas Sims. Finishes off the win for the Tigers. 7-2 win. Felt a bit like a playoff game. Not according to my dog, though, who slept through most of it. Now she's awake, though. Just staring at me, wondering what the F we're going to do next. Let's take a look. Do some calculations here. Let's see, the batting average and ball and play calculator I'm pulling up. I like using the one at fueledbysports.com. If you just Google batting average ball and play calculator, it's like the second one that comes up usually. So the Rangers had 32 at-bats. They had just 6 hits. Theirs will be low because they had 2 home runs too. Theirs will be really low. So sac flies, they had none. Strikeouts, they had 6. Yeah, they're, really, really bad. 167 today, so it happens. Again, if you're looking to get 300 every game, you're going to be just chasing a fantasy. That's just not how it goes. So half of their hits were extra base hits. So again, you might be thinking like, well, there's 2 sides of this, right? Like, they didn't get enough hits. The offense needs to be raised. Well, half of their hits were extra base hits. That's too many. So again, the truth kind of lies in between all that, right? So I've been getting really, really good results with version 2.3 here. And so I'm not one bit worried about that. Let's look at the Tigers. Boy, it'd been a different story, I think, if, the 9th inning. We should just calculate the 9th inning batting average ball and play. So we had 37 at-bats. We had 12 hits. 1 home run, right? 1 home run. Did not have a sacrifice fly. We had 6 strikeouts. So ours was 367. So again, obviously that 5-run 9th inning, you get a cricket inning like that, you're going to probably see some skewed stats there. But out of those 12 hits, 4 were extra base hits. And that's about even a little higher than average. Of course, we had a caught stealing. Spencer Turnbull pitched pretty well. Wasn't getting the strikeouts today. And I talked about that at the beginning of the stream, that our bullpen does a pretty good job of striking guys out, but our starters, not as much. So things look good there. Pitching analysis, and again, especially if you took the 2 teams together, much closer to a 300, probably actually below. 61% strikes for the Tigers, 65 first pitch. Threw a lot of strikes today. 62, 59 for the Rangers. That's never been an issue here. Foul ball, 15%. Right where we want it for the Rangers. 13 for the Tigers, getting really close. Pitches that were swung at. Looking at 23% for the Tigers that were either missed or struck out on. Perfect. And 20 for them. So again, literally perfect on these. Right around 21% average. So output's been great, and it makes for really, really exciting games. Whether it's you lose 1-0 or you win the next day 7-2 because of a 5-run 9th inning. So definitely good to see. Oh, well, we've already adjusted the sliders here. Let's see how things look. So the Tigers now 6.5. Hey, we picked up a game. Minnesota finally lost. So there we go, creeping in the right direction. The calendar is on. We are right up to speed here. See if we can finally win 2 in a row. We haven't been able to do that this month. Yeah, we head home for 6 games after this. So a couple more games in Texas. See if any got some guys on the waiver wire here. 63 overall starting pitcher. See potential. Actually not bad, but got plenty of options here in the minors for starters. Otherwise, he's not bad. I mean, I actually like his stamina. I don't know. I might actually take a look at him. I saw him last time. He wasn't any good. Could we use a 26-year-old 63 starting pitcher? He wouldn't even be in the AAA rotation. Yeah, we don't really need him. Just some minor league injuries, nothing else really going on. So we mentioned Charles Dawson at the beginning of the stream-ish. And again, once we see his secondary positions, that'll show up again as we after we finish the season. I definitely think he can be on the team next year and probably be pretty good for us. Originally, his secondary positions were, I think, third, or was it left field and catcher, or third base and catcher? I think it was, I forget. Third base wouldn't be a bad spot for him. His fielding's not great, but he's got decent arm strength. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. We definitely, obviously, didn't draft him for his defensive prowess, but anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this stream. I will be continuing this franchise. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming again or not, but I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking everything out. You can follow me on Twitter at MikeLowe47. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel and it will ping you the next time we stream. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.